Hello. Welcome to Spooky Sunday. It's your Vera Raccoon. Ready for a paranormal experience? Was that spooky enough for you? Are you shaking in your boots? Do you have boots on? I'm barefoot most of the time, so I'm shaking in my dermis, my epidermis. I started watching The Path and realized I haven't made my video yet. So, here I am. I have so many stories that I was trying to figure out what to share. The ones I've been sharing are pretty mild. So, I thought I would maybe share something a little bit scarier. When I was a kid, I started seeing stuff really early. I mean, I can't tell you what age exactly because I never kept track of that. But I was young. And my family has always said that I have quite the imagination. And I think that if you have quite the imagination, that you're more open to that stuff. Plus, maybe because I have mental illness, maybe I'm more open to that. See, I have theories on that, and no scientific proof to back that up. But it's kind of like the whole child thing. Children are more open to um, the spirit world and the possibility of things existing that adults don't think exist because their minds haven't been tainted to the world of negativity yet. I mean, who's to say that what we think is real is actually real? Maybe that's all uh what do you want to call it? Maybe that's all BS. So anyway, I have all these theories always in my head, but I won't get into those because um, I ah. So I've been dealing with some of this stuff since I was really young, and I've always had a love-hate relationship with the dark. Bedtime was it's funny, when you're a kid you can sleep anywhere, and I I would fall asleep and sleep well, but being going from the actual getting into bed and the actual falling asleep, it's that in between stuff where I would always have a really hard time no matter where I was, even at home. I have a huge issue with mirrors. I mirrors. This is my opinion, and other people feel this way too. But I think I need to set this one up. Mirrors are a portal to another realm, and when you look into a mirror, what you're seeing, your reflection and stuff, there's things beyond that. What you're looking through, something's looking back at you. That's something I've always believed. And I mean, I'm not talking like Bloody Mary or Candyman or anything like that. But there's a world beyond the mirror. and things can pass through the mirrors. So we have very limited amount of mirrors in our home. In fact, people have commented on that when people have come here for baby showers, or when people came here for my son's baby shower, and the women were getting all dolled up to go to my baby shower. They're like, "Where's the mirror? Where are your mirrors?" And I said, "There's one in the bathroom." And they're like, "Don't you have any other mirrors?" I'm like, "There's one in the bathroom, that's it." Literally, I had one in the bathroom, none in the bedroom, nothing. Now we have, only because now we own the whole house, my mother-in-law has the one in the bathroom, she has one on her bureau, and she has a door mirror, a full-length door mirror in the bathroom, which sits directly across from my bedroom. So if my bedroom door is open, the mirror is right there if the bathroom door is open. So that mirror is covered with a towel. There's like a hanging drying hook over it. So I hang towels and robes and stuff over that. My bureau mirror is covered with a curtain. And the only mirrors that are uncovered are the bathroom mirrors. So we have 2 mirrors, one in each bathroom. The bedroom one and that tall one is covered. So that being said, I don't like mirrors. I don't look in mirrors very often when I'm at people's houses, which is what I'm getting to. My grandmother, on my mom's side, Grandma Binion, has a house that my grandfather built. And it is a beautiful house, and it's very old. It's from, like, I think he built it in the 50s. He built it all by hand. Well, in their hallway, they have a full-length mirror on their closet door. It's a very strange place for a mirror. So any of the bedrooms that you come out of, and even if you come out of the living room and you go into the hallway, you have to pass this mirror. It's absolutely terrifying. So if I'm sleeping in the living room on their pull-out couch and I have to go to the bathroom during the night, and there is a night light in the hall, I have to pass this mirror. If I come out of one of the 2 spare bedrooms and have to go to the bathroom during the night, I have to go past this mirror. It would be, if I come out of one bedroom, it's straight down the hall from me, and you have to face it. If I come out of the other bedroom, it's to my left, and I have to see it out of the corner of my eye. If I come out of the living room, it's right against my right-hand shoulder, and I'm almost bumping it. It is the scariest shit ever. So I try to avert my eyes and run to the bathroom. So, one time when I was a kid, and I've had several experiences with that mirror, but I was coming out of the spare bedroom that was straight across from it. I opened up the door and I tried not to look into the mirror. But I looked into the mirror and it was lit up brighter than the night light. And there was a doorway. The doorway was all lit up bright from like the night light, but it wasn't the night light, if that makes sense. And there was a dark figure standing in the doorway looking straight at me. And I was terrified. I was so scared I could not move. And I could not look away from the figure in the mirror. I just stood there. I couldn't speak. I couldn't move. I couldn't look away. And it just stood there staring back at me. And I remember shaking. I could feel the cold sweat on my forehead and that cold, clammy feeling. The hair, literally, on the back of my neck was standing up. I was scared. And right directly next to that room on the right is my grandparents' room. My feet felt like cement. The character, creature, whatever it was in that mirror stepped out of it. Stepped out of the mirror. 1 foot onto the carpet in front of it. And I started crying. But it was like a soundless cry, and tears were just running down my face. Red hot. So I was red hot fire on my face, cold and clammy body, and it's like the breath coming out of my mouth was like ice. It was the strangest sensations all at once, and I couldn't move, and I couldn't talk. And it's like I was forcing words out of my mouth, but it was nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it took another step. And I was like, in my head, just empty words, you know? I couldn't form anything. All I could do was stare at that thing. And the light behind it darkened because it had stepped out. And it cast a shadow up on the ceiling above it from the nightlight that was actually on the real wall in the hallway. And I don't know how long I was there. It could have been a matter of seconds, but it seemed like forever. And I don't know how I managed to work up the nerve, but I peeled my hand off of that doorknob, and it was like ripping skin off, and I flung myself into the door of my grandparents' bedroom. They always left it open like a crack. Into it. I ran into it, fell into their bedroom, and I like crawled across the floor, and they had 2 separate beds. They were sleeping. I always think this is funny, but they sleep in twin beds, separate beds. And I crawled to my grandmother's bed, and I'm like, I need to sleep. I'm scared. And she couldn't figure out what I was saying, but she knew I was scared. So she pulled back the blankets, and I got in bed with her, and she covered me up, and I was laying with, like, looking out away from her instead of, like, you know, curled up into her. And the thing was in the room. It came into the room, and I was shaking, and she's like, "Are you cold?" And I was just like, you know, shaking my head, and I closed my eyes so tight that they hurt and I was just holding the blanket, like I pulled it up over my head, and then I don't remember anything else after that until I woke up in the morning, and my hands were clamped so tight on the sheet and the blanket that I couldn't open them. Like, I had to call my grandmother because she gets up early. I had to call her into the bedroom and have her physically peel my fingers open, and she had to rub them to get them moving. And she asked me what had happened, and I said I saw something in the hallway. And she said, "You've got to stop watching those scary movies on TV." I didn't watch a scary movie on TV. Something came out of that mirror. So, yeah, that wasn't a good experience at all. And I, to this day, am still scared of that mirror. And I hate mirrors. So that's my spooky Sunday submission for you. And if you have mirrors in your house, be careful at nighttime because you never know what's in there. This is your Vera Raccoon signing off. Sleep well.